Hey, kia ora mai tātou te whānau. How's it going? Welcome back to Kaitiaki Mara Kai Backyard Gardens. And this is just a quick update on how our mara is going. I've done a bit of planting over the spring period. And yeah, so this is just a quick update to see how we're going and looking at what we've planted thus far. Click the like button, click the share button, and if you're not subscribed, come and join us and follow us on our journey around creating food security and sustainability up here in Kaikui through the Kaitiaki Mara Kai Backyard Gardens program. Okay, let's have a look at what the mara is doing. So here's our summer mara that we did last year, and if you were following earlier videos that we put up in a series of this garden in the transition to the winter one, we had carrots in here. This is the last of the bok choy side of things. We planted some garlic at the back over here, and I'll just give you an update on that. So we've got cauliflower, cabbages, pak choy, spring onions, pak choy, cabbages. We've also got some radishes along here, and I've got some carrots along there. Yesterday I planted out some tomatoes, and I'm just going to keep going along there. But one thing that I've noticed with the cauliflower being so high, there's quite a bit of shade in there. So I'm actually just got the tomatoes over here. I'm just going to let them grow a little bit because they do like this full sun. And I'm waiting for these ones to come into bloom. We've got some cauliflower shown there, and I'll show a pic about now. Yeah, we picked a harvest of a cauliflower yesterday, and it's probably the biggest one that I've done. So that's our summer mara that we normally move into, and I'm just starting to layer out food in here for us to utilise, and some for the market. But I just want to swing around, and then we have a look of how our winter spring mara has been transitioning. Firstly, here's some more of the cabbages and bok choy, no, broccoli doing over here. They're doing really well. Earlier on we did some lettuces, and these are transitioning really well. It'll probably be another week, and then I'll start harvesting those, and we'll probably go down to the market. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Along the edges, spring onions, they'll take a little while, but that's what my lettuces are looking like. Celery, put in some here, courgettes, yellow ones, another courgette over there. So remember we had cabbages and broccoli along here. We had broccoli in this garden. So what I'm doing is, as things come to harvest, I'm replanting in it. So we've got beetroot planted out yesterday, some cabbages along the back, broccoli at the front. So we've got beetroot, capsicums, another type of kale. Chicken loves silver beet. Yeah, got some really good stuff out of this. Looking back, spring onions seem to do really well. So I am just filling up little gaps because they do take a little while to grow, and got spring onions. I've got spring onions everywhere growing around the place. Anywhere there's a little edges, I'm placing them in. Here's my lettuces. Lettuces mara. This is a no-dig mara here. Trimmed up the grass, laid down cardboard, and then put compost on top, and then they'll just keep growing in there. And I'll do the same when I harvest those. I'll plant some more lettuces in. And here's our second lettuce one. I've actually got a combination of lettuces, pak choy, got that coming along. So that was planted the 4th of the 10th, this lot here. So I've got a couple more weeks for those to bloom up. And here's where our rangatahi, back in June, they dug this bed here. And this is where I was getting my spinach from. And some spring onions over there. Got some more spring onions along the edges. But the spinach is doing well. Pak choy is going okay. Harvest a big cabbage out of here. If you recall, once it was a little probably about high. Sorry, not cabbage. Cauliflower out of there. Yeah, pretty awesome really. Which is going to allow these cabbages to grow a little bit. And I'm also in this gap, I have planted out some more pak choy. I'm leaving the roots are still in the ground. Carbon has been taken from the atmosphere into the root system. I'll let it stay in there. That's looking pretty good. More planting in, replacing, taken out, slowly building it up. Lettuces. We just got to test out too what people like around here. That's not only taste, but also the whānau actually know how to cook these vegetables. One of the things that's the bit of a problem that we have today in our society of the convenience of takeaways is we've not only lost the skill and the art around how to do mara and looking after your soil, but also in our whānau. We don't know actually how to utilise these vegetables. And so sometimes when people look at it in the shop, they go, what do I do with that? Or at the market, in our case, what do I do with that? So yeah, we're just trying to think through how we might bring solutions to that problem. But we're coming up to summertime and everyone likes lettuces and the variations of that. Yeah, and I'm just going to do a quick turnaround, and here's what our potatoes are looking like. Look at that. These types of potatoes are, I think they're into 2 minutes, which means you pile them up. And the 2 minutes don't need, might be the other way around, I have to check that. But I believe it's that. The 2 minutes you don't need to pile up, even though I've done that on these, both the Swift Korean potatoes. They'll just grow in a big clump down below. So that's coming along pretty well. I've got potatoes in there. I've also got potatoes over there and raised beds. But yeah, just the look of our mara. And here is my tāpapa, my kumara. This is not growing too well. I'm not really sure. I'm just trying it out. But yeah, hey got into here. Had some spare lettuces. All learnings. Trying to follow an organic process. So I've been thinking about along there. That's where I'm thinking about putting my kumara, along there and along the back. But yeah, these will be due at Christmas time. Back on the papakai, we've got potatoes. So these were planted back on the 31st of the 8th. 3 weeks later after that, papakai, 3 weeks after that, back at the housing project. We're not helped at the garden project in town here. But this is the backyard here. Again, this one here is a no-dig dig garden. In other words, what we're trying to do is give time for the soil underneath to be open and exposed, and keep the nutrients in there rather than using our tiller to break up the soil, which then kills the microorganisms that we're doing a no-dig. So again, like I did for my lettuce ones over there, cardboard, compost, and direct planted into that compost pile. My experience now is that we've got lots of things going on in our mara. Soil health is really the big thing. Making sure that the mauri is put back into the soil. That is the ability for the microorganisms, the fungi and the worms to be in its optimal health as possible, and function in a healthy way in order that you're able to get nice produce, green vegetables. So compost, wood chips, mulch, blood and bone, and depending on whether it's alkaline or acidic, you'll put in different materials to either bring those down or make them the sweet and sour space of the soil. But yeah, look at all the colours: silver beet, nice rich greens, put some flowers in just to attract the bees. Right, that's this one. Looking at some raised beds over here on this side with the kind of the meshing over it so the chicken doesn't get into it. I can't really go any bigger than this with this netting to stop the chicken, and or later on get some more chickens. So now I'm thinking about raised beds with a roof on top that we can lift up, and I'll show you how that's going. But yeah, that's our backyard garden. Pretty cool, man. Food security, sustainability, finding solutions to food sovereignty and how we go about it ourselves. One of the things that's chopped out of this for us in regards to looking after the mara is thinking about the soil and composting and the cycle of that. So that's what we have our worm farm that's going on here. Got worm juice, worm castings, so that's a whole vermiculture space. So that brings the good stuff that they produce back into the soil. Think about now space, and so how do we optimise and utilise that. Think about when we have gaps, what I want to put in there and the sequences of foods. So I'm planting out things just to trial it out to see what our local market likes. Look at this cabbage, nice little cabbage. Joy alongside spinach. Also put spinach. Where have I put some spinach? Oh yeah, at the ends of these ones. So put some more spinach at the end there, and the end over there. They go down really well. They're looking awesome. Alright, farmer. Have a great week. This is Lewa Takahu from Kaitiaki Mara Kai, Backyard Gardens here in Kaikui. Encouraging whānau to get back in the garden. Alrighty, hey kona.